Hey there, welcome to day 71. I'm playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1200 after a win yesterday, and I just had an issue with my audio, but I think it's working now. So I had to reset it, and we're already in a game. So we missed the first move. I just played the second move now, and I think my audio is good here. Hopefully it will be fine when I check it after the game. Okay. The audio on my computer, actually, my desktop audio is not coming through though, so I don't know why I'm having some audio issues, but we're already in the game, so I'm just gonna play this game, and I'll have to figure out whatever's wrong with my audio later. So we got a normal London setup here. Okay, let's get our knight out. Okay, against c5, I think we want to just get the c3, get the whole pawn chain going here. And probably get our bishop out here, get our knight out here, and then I normally like to go for the e4 pawn push, or you just go knight e5. I don't always know which one to go for. Knight e5 is normally a good way to go. Actually, I do have to watch out for this right now. Yeah, let's just go knight e5 first, and then we prevent his knight from coming out there. I've had quite a few times where people actually played this anyway, without seeing that the queen is looking there. And one or two times they've played it, and I just didn't even realize it was covered, and both of us never noticed that it was just a blunder. But I think I'm a little bit more aware of it now, so if he jumps over there, I definitely should remember that. It's kind of weird playing without the audio coming through right now. Yeah, it's just totally grayed out though, so I can't seem to get any audio. Alright, so let's see what he goes for here. If he goes for this, queen b6, I'll go queen b3. If he plays c4, after that, I probably will just drop back. He doesn't have a bishop here on f5 to prevent the queen from coming to c2. And if he takes on b3, then we open up the file for our rook here. He put his dark square bishop on a slightly more passive square here. Watching the knight, normally people put it here, and then you back up to g3, and then you have this tension where both bishops are kind of looking at each other. But I think it's probably a little bit worse, the fact that he put it here. It just seems a little more passive, but I'm not totally sure. I could also, it looks like he's probably going to castle here soon. I could also try to go bishop here, drop the bishop back, and then create like a battery. But we'd have to get rid of the knight as the defender here of this square. But we could have some early checkmate threats if we're able to get that kind of setup. He's taking quite a while here. If he goes here, I guess I have the option of taking. We double his pawns, but then he can trade this one off right away. So then he undoubles it, and he has this file open. For his rook, he will have this isolated pawn. on the A file. So the other option is that I just leave my knight here, and then if he takes my knight here and then here, and take back like this, we kick his knight away. Knight can't come here because we would just take it, so we would kind of force him probably back here to d7. And then we could try to create an attack over here. Okay, he's really waiting quite a while. Okay, there we go. He goes ahead and castles. Let's probably go bishop first. I could also plan to castle queenside and just attack the king side here. Push the h pawn. So yeah, I'll have to decide which way I do want to castle. I think next move I'll probably get the knight out. Or maybe I'll consider immediately dropping the bishop back, going queen here. But then if he plays c4, that whole idea becomes kind of neutralized because I won't be able to put the queen on any of these squares. You know what, maybe I should get the knight out. The bishop could potentially come all the way back here, because then even if he plays c4, I can put the queen on c2, and then we still have this battery idea for potential checkmate. The only downside to that is that we do cut our rook off. Okay, let's drop. Oh, actually that's a little annoying because I wanted to maybe drop all the way back. And now I'd have to do that in 2 moves since I haven't developed the knight yet. Is there a sacrifice at all? Sack here. Take. Here. There's not an immediate mate threat. So I don't think so. Where would the knight have to be? If the knight was here, but then he could just take. So I don't think there's any way to make that work. So let's just drop the bishop back here. Maybe now if he goes queen b6, I don't have the typical response. I don't have queen b3 or queen c2 here. So I'd kind of be forced to maybe play queen c1 to guard the pawn. But that's not a very appealing move. It's pretty passive. Okay, he moves his bishop a second time here. Only has one attacker here. I have 2 defenders. What does that change? Makes his bishop is a little bit more potentially active on this diagonal. Let's probably go ahead and just develop the knight unless... Yeah, the bishop is defended. There's no tactic on the bishop because it's defended. So let's just go knight here. Interesting. Adding another attacker here, but it doesn't really matter. Take. Knight back. Wait. Is there any way? No, I don't think there's any way to get a fork here. I would only have a fork if he took with the knight and then I took back like this. But then I still wouldn't actually, because then he would have two attackers when I only have the one defender. So that doesn't work. Now should I go for this idea of dropping the bishop back, trying to create this attack, and then use some way to get rid of this knight? Not sure. I think I will try to attack though and castle queenside. Actually, well, in order to do that, I'd have to move my queen somewhere. I could put it here right away. How do we get rid of the knight though? I could go here and just try to force it off. Go here. Open that up. Maybe I should just castle normally. Yeah, I think for now I'll probably just castle normally. Okay. We get castled. He still has not developed either of these two pieces. His light square bishop, which doesn't have a lot of potential at the moment, and the knight, which can come here. And then would I trade it? Not sure if I would. But if I don't trade it, he does have three attackers here. I can jump this knight over to defend again. And it would be nice to maintain this e5 outpost for having a knight there. If he does go here and I take, he takes, he probably will take here. I'll end up with these double pawns on the F file. Probably will just take the F file right away. But I don't have a clear target because this pawn is not weak. Oh, interesting. So he goes this way instead. Okay, so this seems kind of important if I want to decide to take here or not. Take. Probably will take with the queen, maybe take with the bishop. Or he could take here first, but if he takes here first, then I take the rook. So I think he does need to take first, and then that gives me the option of taking his bishop next and not getting the double pawn. So I think it's fine. I have some flexibility there. If I go here, he takes, I take. He doesn't have any target after that. Actually, no, he does. He has this. I could take the pawn. I go over, then he takes. But I would still be winning some material. Actually, would I? No, I think I wouldn't, because I would lose the bishop, the pawn. I wouldn't take his bishop back. And then I think he could take my knight at the end. So I think I would lose both the bishop and the knight and a pawn. So actually that doesn't look very good if I take. Seems a little bit dangerous, unless I miscalculated that, but I think I'm actually just going to put this knight here to support the knight instead of taking. And then I'm also going to, I realized after I played that he might play this, which could be a problem. So then if take, no, it's not really a problem, because then I take back with the pawn, we still have defenders, and then we kind of solidify this outpost. We just get the double pawns, but that shouldn't be a big deal in that instance. But yeah, I think either way I'll probably make this little escape square here for the bishop. Give it the flexibility to drop back. Okay, he does go there now, but I believe I should be fine if I just come back here. Or I could let him take and go for this idea. Is there any tactic here? I don't think. Once again, we have take. This time he doesn't have a pawn to target. Here. He can give the check. I move. Oh wait, no, I could just take. Never mind, my knight is guarding that, so I can just take that. So I think I am good to take. I think taking seems okay. And then he doesn't have that. So then if I take, he takes. I take. Do I want to take this? Then his knight is kind of just pointless over here, which seems good. And then if I can hop this knight into here afterwards, then I have a renewed attack on this knight. Probably has to hop back again. And then I kind of have this nice outpost. So I think taking seems fine. Is there any... Yeah, because I take the rook. Once I take back, he could potentially win this pawn. I don't think there's anything after that. The queen is not in front of the bishop, so there's no mate threat here. If he gives check, I go over, and I don't think it goes anywhere. I potentially could trap the bishop with the pawn if he kept the bishop here. So I think we're okay. Let's try taking. But there is a lot of tension between a lot of pieces, so it's always possible that I could be missing something, but I think it's okay. So we'll just be looking to trade both of these off, and then hop the new knight into e5. Pressure this knight once again. And if he does try to take here, I'll take the rook. And then if here, over, or not over, I just take with the knight. Yeah. Okay, he takes with the bishop. Now I think I'll just trade here. Okay, and then let's hop this in, and then we will be threatening the bishop as well as the knight here. And he's eating through quite a bit of his time. Normally I'm the one with lower time on my clock because I tend to use a lot. But he is at less than 6 minutes, and I still have 8.5 minutes, so we might be able to keep a little bit of time pressure on him. Material's equal, but if we can keep time pressure on him and go into an endgame where he doesn't have a lot of time, we might have a good chance of winning. And I feel like my position is a little bit stronger right now. with my centralized knight. His is on the edge of the board. I can take the bishop if I want on the next move, I think. And this bishop is on a pretty strong diagonal, whereas his is... Honestly, I don't know if I want to trade it, because his is a pretty bad bishop right now, and my knight is pretty strong. If he pushes this pawn, then I would trade it, I think. Alright, knight comes back. Now his knight could hop into here after. I think I kind of like bringing the queen out to here, because then we threaten to win a pawn if he does that. If I go here, take back with the queen probably, so he keeps his knight here. Could also go here to just prevent the knight from ever coming. It weakens this pawn, but I have a lot of pieces here that could potentially defend it. His bishop is weak right now, but it could get stronger later in the game. But I don't think I want to trade it right now. Yeah, let's just go here. The only thing about this is that I prevent myself from pushing the pawn forward, which could also be nice to do. Okay, I think let's just... I'm tempted to just take this, but... Are there any pawn breaks I should go for here? Maybe this. He'll probably take... Yeah, because if not, then I can win this. So here, here, and then my bishop is on this diagonal. Does that do anything for me? Not sure if it does. I think it's probably better here. But I would like to bring my queen here. Could still go here and here, and then try to kick the knight out somehow. Okay, let's just bring our queen here. Because I'm not seeing any move that seems really good, but this seems decent. We connect the rooks. Queen gets a little bit more active over here. His knight's dropping back. I can take here if I want to. Do I have any follow-up checks? Not really. I don't think I do. The queen is tied down defending the bishop. Wonder if there's a way to take advantage of that. Could go here. We're not quite threatening a discovered attack. Here. The rook cannot leave. Does his knight want to go back to here? I feel like pushing the h-pawn maybe could be cool. Good thing to do. Prevent him from coming back out here. He could still come back to here, but then he's just wasting moves. Okay, now my time is actually almost as low as his, so I'm not really doing a good job of keeping the time pressure on him. But I want to get a way to activate the rooks. Could go here, pin this pawn, see if there's a way to threaten to win the other one. Should I just play this and just try to open this up? Here. Okay, maybe let's just play this. I kind of want to just open the position. Okay. I think I'll just go here. Or do I go here? No. I think here. If he goes here, we take, but he does have the bishop to take back. Could also just go here. I think I like this actually. But maybe here instead. The only thing is, here he does have the potential to like kick me again with a pawn. And I'm behind that. So I think I prefer this, even though it's not covered by anything. This is still twice defended. And if I go here after, where does his knight go? He has to go back. Okay. Or I guess we trade. No, I'm going to kick the knight first. Kick the knight. Knight goes back, and then we take here. Because the knight can't go here. Can't go here. He has to go back. Because I'd rather keep my light square bishop. So let's, wait, do I have anything? No, I still don't quite have anything. This, if the king ever went to a square I could check him on, then we'd have that. Be able to win the queen. I still have this, take, yeah, I don't quite have anything. Okay, let's kick the knight. Also, after I kick the knight, if I take back with the queen, I'm immediately threatening mate, actually. But if I take back with the bishop, I'm also threatening here. He can't push the pawn, he would need to defend it. The queen could come here, or the rook could come here. I think the threat of mate is probably better. I mean, I guess I'm still threatening the same pawn if I take with the queen as well. So, yeah, taking with queen seems better. And I could also maybe play here so that he can't support this pawn. If he supports that, I take. Bishop takes, but then his bishop is tied to this pawn. So a4 seems interesting as well. After I take, let's see what happens though here. But I gotta get my rooks active here, so I think we want to open some files up. Alright, his time's going lower than mine again. We're both getting pretty low. I want to try to play quick, but sometimes I just can't help but like take my time and try to think through all the different potential moves. And I still have this whenever I want. Take the bishop, queen takes back, so we can kind of force the queen away if we need to. Alright, he's taking a while. We definitely can get him in time trouble here. If he goes back, I think I immediately take. So then we're going to make him have to figure out what he wants to do again. Because then I'm threatening mate. He probably will need to push this pawn to prevent the mate. Oh, he's threatening my knight. That's... Wait. Oh, that does work because my knight's pinned here, so... Or my queen is pinned. I was thinking his queen is pinned, but both of our queens are pinned. So take. But then I have two attackers on this pawn, right? He could take back here. Okay, I think we just take. Because I can't move the knight at all. I could defend this, take, no, but then I have to move the queen, so I think we take first. I don't see a different option. He takes back like this. The rook is on our queen, but we still... Okay, no, he takes back that way. Now if I go here, yeah, we lose the queen, then I take that, and then here. There's nothing after that, I don't think. So let's just take here, and then he'll take the knight. Wait, did I lose a piece? Because once I take here, he takes the knight. I'm down. Oh, no, he can't. No, he takes the knight like that. Did I lose a piece there? I didn't think I did, but it looks like I have to go back and look at this in a sec. +2, or no, I think I lost a pawn. But no, once he takes here, I can take back. So no, we should be even. When I was looking at the material, it looked like I was going to be down a piece or something, but I think it should be even. Okay, he takes back there. I think I'll take back. Like if I take back with the pawn, then I'm threatening both of these. So I think I will take back with the pawn. And then also we have potential to bring our rook here. And let's try to play quick. We're about at the same time, both at 2 minutes. We're forking these two. I think he can go here to protect both. Excuse me, both of them. And probably bring this rook out. This pawn is going to be weak. So yeah, the pawn structure looks pretty favorable for us here. Isolated pawn and then double isolated pawns here for him. And he's down to almost a minute. I think he has to just go like here or here, and then we go for the trade. There. What would I do? All right, he's under a minute. Probably would just threaten the bishop right away. Oh, he goes back there. All the way back there? Oh, okay, let me just take. Oh, he's still threatening this pawn, actually. So if I take, he takes. So let's threaten the bishop first. Let's just bring this out. Just put some more time pressure on him. I think if I would like to get my rook up to here. Okay, he's threatening the queen. If I take, he takes. I don't have anything here. I could go here and I'm threatening both of these pawns. I think I like that. And this would be with check. Actually, no, because he's able to take this, so never mind. But no, but then when I go here, I can win the pawn in front of it, so. I'm just trying to kind of play for the time right now. Keep him under pressure. And if he does take, then we'll go here. Yeah, I think we'll use this rook, the rook on the F file, and then we maintain control of the D file as well. Oh, interesting. Double attacks this pawn, but he just hung the rook though. So that does not do any good for him. Then I'll just take here. So, okay, now he messed up. We got the blunder that we were looking for from the time pressure. We're still threatening this pawn, and we have a strong pass pawn here. Okay. I think I'll just take the pawn. I mean, I could just trade and go for endgame, but I could also just win an extra pawn, so might as well, right? Now I'm also threatening this to win the queen, so he needs to move. Oh no, never mind, because the rook can prevent it. Yeah. Okay, he attacks that. Let's just go probably here to defend. Let's go. Do I have any good checks? I don't think so. Okay, let's go here. Okay, our pawn is... Oh, actually, I missed that the queen can take back, but... That's not a huge deal. We're still up a good amount of material here. Let's just bring... We have to be careful about a mate threat here. Let's just bring the rook here. The bishop is covering this square for now, but I can't go here because the queen is covering. Oh, he's sacking? I'm just going to take with this. Or, yeah, I'll just take with the queen. He can take the pawn if he wants. Okay, now he resigns. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. I think the time pressure got the best of him, and I believe we're at a new high rating now, 1208. I think that's higher than we were before. I think we got to 1206 at one point. Let's check the game review. And it says we have, wow, the accuracy disparity is actually much different than I thought. 85% and he had 69. I felt like he was playing pretty well for most of the game until the very end. He had 69.5. My game rating is 1850. His is 1050, and he had one blunder, which I think was the rook. He blundered that, and I had two misses. Also, I see on the graph it looks like at one point I missed something. I had a really strong win. Oh, I had a mate in 4. It says I have a mate in 4 there at one point, and I missed it, and then it dropped back to being about a draw at one point. But then I guess he missed whatever the draw was, or he blundered right after that, and then it came right back to having a +4 advantage. So I want to see what was going on there. That should be interesting. Let's start at the beginning. This was all standard stuff. Bishop back, that was good. That there was good. Okay, didn't like castle. It wanted queen f3 first. Let's just see what it says about that. The queen joins the board early, building a strong opening for white. Okay, nothing specific, but it does like the queen out first before castling. Instead, we bring the knight out. Let me see what happens if I took here, because I was a little concerned. Okay, it says it's excellent. I was concerned about this, and I wasn't totally sure if it was losing, but it looked like it could have been. Oh no, because I take this with check. I see. I was thinking, okay, I take the rook on the next move, but then if I take the rook, he takes here. Then I have to go over, and then... Does he come back? Oh yeah, because the knight's trapped. So he can come back. And then the knight takes a pawn. And then here. And then now... Wait, it says I'm up material from that? I thought I was going to be down material from that. Okay, so it just doesn't like this move. It doesn't like the bishop takes move. Even if I took the rook after, I still ended up in a winning position. So, but taking the knight was better because it comes with check, and then I could just take back here, I think. So either way, it was okay. I was a little scared of it. I wasn't totally sure if there was a losing tactic for him or like something that would cause me to lose. So I did avoid that, and instead we waited, and then we took afterwards. Once it was the position had changed a little bit, we get all the trades here. Knight comes in. Now the knight's on a good square. We have this double attack. At this point, I felt like I do have a slightly winning position. It didn't like the queen f3 move here, though. It says that was inaccurate. It wants me to just push the g pawn, but that just seems a little sketchy because it's the pawn that's right in front of my king. What about this? Is it like this move? Oh, it says that's best. So this is the move I was considering as the other alternative to put in the queen on f3, and it did prefer this move. Okay. But what are we at? Plus 0.44, so we're about even. It did want me to come over here, which I think I was considering. If I do go over here, we are putting pressure, a little bit of pressure here, but there was no major threat, no major follow-up that I could see. Then it still wants the f3 move. Oh, okay, so we bring the queen up, we scoot it over, and then we make room for f3. Or, not f3, f4. Okay, let's go back. Instead, we played e4, trying to just open the center up. And then it got interesting because he came in here to threaten the queen. Okay, didn't like queen forward, it wanted queen back. This was great, though. And now we have a plus 1.73 advantage. So that was his mistake, was taking. It wanted him to actually threaten the knight here first. If he did play that, then I go, oh yeah, then I get this nice square. And then, oh yeah, then he takes, then I take. Wait, did I have that square later? No, I don't think I did because he never pushed the pawn. So here, 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 here. Then he is up a pawn. It says we're even after that. Okay, yeah, so we would have been even after this inaccuracy if he had played it correctly there. But because of this, that was a mistake. It says I'm able to kick a knight, yeah, and that was a great move. And then this was inaccurate of him to go like this, take, and then he took back like this when, yeah, I thought he was going to take back like this with the f-pawn and immediately attack the queen here. It doesn't like the way he took back. It says his position went from bad to worse and is now losing, and now I have a plus 4.66 advantage. That's pretty significant since we're even materially. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, we're even materially. It's kind of crazy that, oh wait. Oh, I totally missed this. I can't believe I missed that. I was focused on what was happening here with the pawns, and I decided to take because I can win the pawn. I was like, oh yeah, look, I can win this pawn now. But I actually have this. Then he has to come down. And then I have this. Come back. How do I win something from this though? Because I don't quite have mate. He can jump back and forth. Then it wants me to go here. Oh yeah, so then we can win this. Almost win the pawn, but he protects with the king. We go here. He goes back. Then we could take the pawn with check. Goes over. Okay, so it's a lot of like the same moves. Then it wants me to finally take the pawn. And now his king is just like super exposed. Here. It says plus 6.37 advantage. It's a really good advantage for only being up one pawn. But it looks like it takes quite a few moves to actually like get anything out of it. Like a lot of checks and stuff. No mates immediately. He's just shuffling back and forth here. Oh, then we make room to bring the bishop in. Okay, yeah, now that looks a little more scary for him, because then I can go here and threaten mate. Right? Then he goes here. Then I go here, he makes this escape square. Then I can already skewer the king and take the rook, but it prefers that I go here first. But is this seems fine, right? Yeah, it says that's best. Oh, then it wants check first. Then there. Then here. So yeah, we're just like eating up everything. And then I could, it's telling me to go back again, but I think I probably would just take the rook at this point. And now we're up a lot of material, so that's why it was such a high eval bar, because I had all those checks where I could win a bunch of material, but I don't know if I would have found all the right checks back to back. So instead we just took the pawn. Where were we? Oh yeah, we have to go further back. But yeah, I did kind of miss that I had this move, which was a very forcing move. Took the pawn, and then this was weird for him to go back like that. It didn't seem right. I thought he was going to go here. Wait, why does it want him to go? Why does it want him to go here? He went back, and it says now I have a plus 7.5 advantage. It wants him to just give the queen up, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, I still should have played here. I don't know how I actually wasn't looking at this at all. I became a little like hyper focused on trying to win the pawns and totally forgot that I still have this battery now. Okay, now here's where I have a mate in 4, and I still was not getting it. Yeah, that was kind of bad that I missed that so many times. And then there he blundered, though. We were already in a pretty nice winning position. Then he blundered. We eat another pawn up, get another trade, and then for some reason he just threw the bishop at this pawn. I don't know what that was about. And then he resigned, and yeah, that was a good game. So the part where it spiked actually, let me see, where it dropped back down to even. This was it. This was the moment where I had the big advantage, and I moved here, and it actually dropped back down to almost being a draw, just by sliding over this way. So actually, let me see, what did it want? It wanted him to go ahead and take here, which is what I thought he was going to do, but then I was going to go here to win the pawn back. He comes here. Yeah, we take this. So yeah, we still win the pawn back, but the position is not a huge advantage for me. It's still got a decent advantage. But missing this check definitely took away from that advantage, but he didn't find the right move, and he blundered instead, so then we went right back to having like a plus 4.5 advantage, and then made it pretty easy to win. So yeah, that was a good game. This has been day 71. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on day 72.